But why? Let's hope that another thunderstorm doesn't pass through here.
That would suck.
Yeah. It's been rainy this whole weekend.
I know that
Oh,
vibe.
we lost her again.
Uh-oh.
Alright, she's messaging me right now.
Yeah.
Dude, fuck this Mercury in retrograde. I think that's what's causing all of this.
Is it still in retrograde?
It will be in retrograde until October 17th, so yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. Sarah, it's not. I don't think it's your internet's fault, it's the planet's fault. We have been in retrograde for 2 months.
No, it's the internet in this room, in this house.
Which I blame on the retrograde.
I mean, I'm sure it's not helping at all. For those who do not know where my parents live, internet connectors, they're too far away from civilization that like FiOS doesn't see them as a justifiable expense. So you can't get those. So
that's unfortunate.
Their internet provider bounces Wi-Fi signals across the bay starting in Annapolis to a receiver that is at a guy's house across the bay, and then to this house, and then to the rest of the neighborhood. So it's a Wi-Fi network off of a Wi-Fi network, and everyone in the neighborhood only has Wi-Fi networks, and there's a lot of cross traffic.
That is the most jerry-rigged Soviet-sounding bullshit I've ever heard.
It's a lot of fun. My whole, I mean, my morning was actually a lot of fun. My cousin Riley is here, who I see very, very rarely because they live in Colorado.
Uh-oh.
And then things just went to shit.
That's unfortunate.
Now, just to clarify again, no one opened a sarcophagi or a mosaic box with mysterious wax seal on it. Nothing of the broken ward variety.
I mean, I started cross-stitching if that's an apocalyptic starting event.
If anything, that's a counter-apocalypse.
No one.
I'm almost done with it.
I
like the border.
Yeah. The border is
No
very pretty. I had to go to Hobby Lobby to get it, though, because they're the only craft store that actually sells patterns at the moment.
Yeah, you gotta work with what you got.
I have to work with a necessary evil when it comes to crafting.
You're kind of in a spot where you don't have much choice.
Mm-hmm.
Crafting in and of itself is a necessary.
Hey, I realize I'm no longer straight, so I can't be told I have no fucking excuse. I'm gay, I can do whatever I want.
Be gay, do crimes.
Be gay, do crimes. Oh my god, I'm just remembering how it wasn't my fault, but a lady at Hobby Lobby inputted the price on an item incorrectly. I should have paid $20 for it. I paid $1.99 for it.
Nice.
Because at Hobby Lobby, you have to input the prices manually. They don't have a scanner. She put it in wrong. I didn't realize till I got to the car and was driving away. I got a $20 item for $2.
It was on sale.
It was on sale. Alright, hello to anyone who's watching. Welcome to Lost Mine of Phandelver. AJ is currently on a hiatus due to school. He will be back with us sometime in the future. Nate will be arriving late because he has to close for his job tonight. So we are starting off with these three lovely people here. Sarah as Tahiri, Brian as Anodyne, and JM as Ren. So, you guys... I'm gonna make sure you guys don't venture too far into town for the start, since we don't have the paladin here to provide any tankiness for y'all. So you guys started off camping outside of Thunder Tree. It was the abandoned village that you were advised to go to pick up a family heirloom from a family you rescued back in Phandelver to be as part of your reward, since they had no other way of paying you back for saving them. So you camped out for the evening on the outskirts of town. Y'all have had a full long rest, so make sure that's marked on your character sheets. And I didn't roll for encounters because we're started so late, as well as you guys heading into an abandoned town where anything can happen. So I want you guys to be prepared. But the sun is rising up in the east. The sunlight is starting to cascade over the tops of the trees in the nearby town. The birds are singing their morning songs, and there's a light mist and fog rolling through as the morning cool air starts to give way to the heat of the sun. And the day is yours. How would you guys like to start your morning off?
Ren's. Is there anywhere that Ren can go, like, look around for any kind of, like, food to scavenge?
Yeah, you want to forage for food?
I could do that.
Roll
will
me.
assist. That's okay.
Huh?
I will assist for advantage if you would like.
Okay, so Ren, roll
Fabulous.
me survival with advantage.
Sweet. That's cool. Thank that advantage. 18.
Alright, you definitely are able to find some edible food amongst the tall grasses and wild vegetation outside of town. There's actually just on the edge of town, there's a little garden that was abandoned that has been left to overgrow and be reclaimed by nature, but there are radishes, potatoes, carrots, your typical homegrown farm food that you are
Nice.
able to scavenge.
Sweetness.
Potato.
Ren's gonna gather them all up and toss them to Anna and I, being like, "You can make something with all this, right?"
Yeah, I got you. This could make a nice stew. Should we be talking this loudly near the village?
I think we should be fine.
Okay. Can I see if I can see anything in the village as far as like movement or signs of life or death, respectively?
Roll me a perception check, because quick description of the town, a lot of the trees in this town are like 30 to 40 feet high, and there is a lot of large brush because this is an old ruined town. It has been taken back by nature over the past decade or so.
Cool. Sidebar, that's like one of my favorite things on Instagram is like old churches covered in vines and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The hearing most definitely is already like, all right, off we go.
Ren is gonna grab her and be like, no. Not yet.
Your warforged companion Talos does not seem to have powered up yet.
Can I draw a little mustache on his face?
How about you see how much you can draw until he wakes up?
I want to give him little curly cues on his cheeks.
You do so, and need I remind you, because Nate has told all of us, when Talos is in powered down mode, he's also in sentry mode. So he
I know.
sees everything that you're doing to him.
I know. I'll make you look so pretty. You gonna be handsome. I'm gonna give him a monocle. Got a little chain. Realize he doesn't have an ear, so there's nowhere to put it. And then make a flower at the bottom.
Anodyne, what was your perception check?
Oh, sorry. Gonna roll it now. And since I haven't rolled a dice today, it's gonna be shit. I'm just letting you know now. 15.
15. You get the sense that while this town is abandoned, is taken back by nature, that doesn't mean it's not uninhabited. You don't know what could be lurking in this town, but you get the feeling you guys are not going to be alone when you walk in.
Yeah.
Because you are very attuned to nature, how this town has been taken back by nature. You get the sense as you sit there and glance around, you hear the wind in the trees, the rustling of leaves on the ground. You just feel like you guys aren't going to be the only ones walking through.
Okay, so Anodyne's gonna look at Ren, look to Tahiri, and look at Talos and be like, I'm gonna just go through my spells and maybe pick some different ones today.
It's still early enough in the morning to do so.
Ren kind of just lingers near Tahiri to make sure she doesn't decide to get bored and leave her art project. While doing that,
a good idea.
While doing that, though, he probably sneaks a snack to Roberto.
Roberto, in his lovely green bow tie, happily gobbles up the snack that you give him.
Excellent. Gotta make sure the good boy is reminded.
Mm-hmm. He is good boy. He is best boy.
Okay. After that, Ren's gonna notice Anodyne's observation and look at him and be like, "What's going on there, buddy? You notice something up?"
There's just something weird about this place. It doesn't seem right.
It's an abandoned village. What would make it seem right?
I just have this really weird feeling that there's some creepiness going on.
Sidebar, that no feelings were harmed in making this episode.
Sort of like when you step into a pond and instead of sand on the bottom, there's muck. That's how it feels.
Have you been anywhere like this before?
The Chesapeake Bay.
Yes,
all of the bay.
the Bay of the Chesapeake is actually no. You know, when my family would go traveling, we usually stayed in, you know, really nice places, but occasionally we would go to cabins in the middle of nowhere, and this feels like one of them. There was a necromancer nearby that was sort of like fucking shit up.
This episode brought to you by the horror movie Cabin in the Woods.
Never dealt with a necromancer. Cannot imagine I would want to.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not a necro hater. They're usually not up to the best things if they're in the middle of nowhere necromancing.
There's a joke in there somewhere, but I'm still waking up enough and I can't find it.
All right, I prepared my spells.
That's good to know. Tahiri, how's the art project going?
bored. She's gonna look around and see if there's anything that Tahiri herself would think was interesting.
Uh-oh.
Roll me a perception check, Tahiri.
As you all know, my internet is spotty. I am now hotspotting off of my phone.
Oh my god.
That's where we're at because it's better. So let me see if my character sheet will want to cooperate.
If need be, I can pull your character sheet up and message you what your stats are.
All right, I was able to get it up.
Okay, that's good.
No one say a thing.
Meanwhile, the goddess of your world is working on her cross stitch.
All I was gonna say is that I'm just happy you're here.
9. I got a 9.
Let's see.
Everything can go fuck itself today.
You guys are, I'd say, about 30 feet from the village. You guys can see the first couple of buildings in town. However, the buildings don't really seem to interest you, Tahiri, because they're just old and run down and falling apart. They don't seem like they would hold any mysterious artifacts or findings inside. However, you do see a ring of toadstools nearby.
Mine going there.
What do you want to do at the ring of toadstools?
I'm gonna start out by going like on the outside and just like walking along them like it's a racetrack. That's what I'm at right now.
Anodyne and Ren, you guys watch as Tahiri skips over to a ring of toadstools 5 feet away, and she's just walking circles. She's just walking circles around them.
I'm sorry, my phone doesn't want to send the text message to my boss saying that I can't come into work tomorrow because I can't leave this freaking state.
Trapped.
Would I roll a religion to know if I know what the whole ring of toadstools would mean?
Roll me a religion check.
Oh, this would be great. I have a -1. This can only go so well.
While that's happening, how does the ground inside the circle look?
It looks, well, there's still grass covering it. Looks like a soft patch of grass.
Super soft?
Yes.
Floofy soft?
Yes.
Want to bury your face in it soft?
Yes.
You're concerning the DM, I think. I rolled an 8.
You have no idea. You've heard that there's something about a ring of toadstools that you should be wary of, but you can't remember right away what you should be wary of.
I have now turned around and stretched my arms out, and I am slowly tipping backwards into the circle.
No.
I recommend someone stop this from happening.
Anodyne, you're a cleric. Hopefully you have a better luck on what the hell's going on.
It's a ring of toadstools, and it's keeping Tahiri from going into the village. Anodyne's on board.
I'm flopping into the face circle.
No.
Like the smart child I am.
Nothing happens. You are just laying in the middle of a ring of toadstools. You feel like a princess, though.
She's completely starfished.
After observing all this, Ren's actually gonna consider, would I roll survival to see if those toadstools are edible or poisonous?
Yeah, it would be a survival check.
Okay. Just because with Tahiri that close, it's like ignoring the creepy face. I was like, wait, some toadstools are poison.
How did we miss these on our first check for food?
I'm willing to bet it's somehow Tahiri related. I rolled a 22.
I'm not going to take that bet.
Oh god, I gotta think of edible mushrooms now.
Oh, it was more of a, are they edible or are they poisonous? That's all.
From your glance, they do not look poisonous. They do not
Oh, thank
possess the red tops with white spots or the
Okay.
very thin gills.
That's good.
Because fun fact, a lot of poisonous mushrooms have actually very thin, specific gills. These mushrooms. Let's see.
Not to derail your thought, but isn't it a little ironic that
These are
that
just
they were
regular
toxic?
white cat mushrooms.
Okay.
They're often used in most cuisine, like stew
Ooh,
and
okay.
all that. So you just have a perfect ring of white cat mushrooms.
Okay. He's gonna relate it to Anodyne, being like, "Hey, if you wanna collect those, I hear those are good for stews and meals."
Well, let's leave them undisturbed for now. We have enough supplies and food.
All right.
But if we're stuck here for a while,
We know where they are.
some mushroom soup does sound good. Good soup.
Good soup.
Still gonna look at Tahiri and just be like, "Tahiri, are you having fun in the circle?"
I am rolling around in the middle of the circle.
She's clearly having fun in the circle.
Well, while she's distracted, do you think we should do a reconnaissance on the town? Maybe one of us goes in while the other people can see us.
If we were to do that, I would say not to go that far. Like, stay within eyesight of the rest of us.
Also, where is this necklace that we're supposed to find?
If I remember correctly, they said it was in a tree. No.
Look it up real quick.
Ren is like doing that thing where he's like, he remembers, but his brain is like, that's not right.
I'm looking it up real quick because it should be in here.
Now that you mention Anodyne, though, I don't think they even told us the number of their house that they stayed at.
69.
Well, there goes the amount of days I've gone without giggling. Can never get past 68.
You remember Myrna Dendrar? She's the one who you guys rescued along with her family. She said at the old herbalist shop.
That's what it was.
In the old herbalist shop, the storage box containing a family heirloom is hidden.
That's what. Okay. I associated tree with herbs. I don't know how that worked, but okay.
Well, let me look back at your encounter with her to see if she said tree or not.
Okay.
Because I could have sworn she said a tree as well.
I also remember tree.
The town of Thunder Tree.
Trees, herbs.
Yeah, she said in the town of Thunder Tree at the herbalist shop, under a collection of storage shells, there will be a box containing an emerald necklace.
Right. After more thinking, he remembers, goes, no. We're at Thunder Tree. That's what the tree thing was. Something about herbs. So if we see an herb place, we should probably check that out.
Mm-hmm.
So while this conversation was happening
Oh, no.
between Anodyne and Ren,
Naturally.
any of the buildings that are like super fallen over, do they look climbable?
Oh, God, no.
Well, there are about 3 buildings. Let's see. The first building you see is made cowering in the shadow of an old tree is a crumbled stone cottage with no roof. Weeds are rampant here. So it has no roof, but the rest of the foundation seems kind of sturdy. The second one you see is a collection of blighted cottages. These ruined side-by-side cottages look as though they might have been the homes of prosperous shopkeepers or well-off farmers in their time. All that remains are collapsed walls and piles of debris. Several young trees have grown up in the midst of the ruins. And the final one you see, it looks like an abandoned tavern, with, I'd say you can see the sign from where you are because you guys are 30 feet outside of town. It says the Brown Horse. And this building, is described as a weathered sign borne by the door of this large building shows the faded image of a workhorse holding a flagon of ale. The building is sagging and dilapidated, but is more intact than the ruins across the road. So, to sit for the out of the three, the two buildings that look the most climbable would be the first cottage and then the tavern.
I'm going over to the tavern.
Okay. What
I
do
don't
you?
know.
We're talking, so obviously I'm not going to visibly see her move.
What's
I'm
y'all's
actually gonna
passive?
sneak away to the tavern because I know how.
Well, what are y'all's passives?
My passive is God, why is it so low? 10.
Anodyne?
15?
Are you being sneaky, Tahiri?
Yes, I stealth. I tried to say it, but then my internet cut
I
out.
need you to roll me stealth then. You have to beat their passives.
Beep, beep, boop, bop, boop, boop.
I think I beat their passives.
What'd you get?
I rolled a natural 18 plus 6.
Oh yeah, you beat him. You guys don't notice as Tahiri is already, she gets up from the fairy circle and is already heading into town.
Venture.
I don't think even Talos and his
Talos in his sentry mode can't do anything because he has not booted up yet.
Even if he sees, he can't awaken.
The only one who notices you leave is Roberto, who follows behind you. I think it's when Roberto leaves, the two of them finally notice, but at that time, you've probably already made it about 10 feet away from the tavern.
Ren slowly turns around because he hears the noise of Roberto leaving. Anodyne, which of us were meant to be watching Tahiri?
The mushroom circle.
It was the mushroom's responsibility. They failed their job.
Maybe we'll have mushroom soup after all tonight.
Ren just has like a faraway stare, like he's contemplating just throwing Anodyne into the mushroom circle. He doesn't remember what happens, but he just remembers something about them. He's like, maybe I throw Anodyne into it, it'll be fine.
Hold on, give me 1 minute. So Anodyne, kind of like suspecting like there's going to be some undead weirdness happening here, is going to cast Magic Circle, which takes a minute, and is going to center it on Talos.
Okay.
Okay.
And basically this just protects anyone within the circle from celestials, elemental, fae, fiend, and or undead.
So you guys are all staying in the magic circle?
No, I'm casting it around Talos, so that he's protected while he is in recharge mode.
Okay.
And so we have a safe place to run to.
Okay.
It's a 10-foot radius and 20-foot tall cylinder of magical energy.
Okay.
And it takes a minute to cast.
Okay. While you are taking that time to cast, since that's technically 10 rounds, Tahiri, what would you like to do?
I'm on my way.
What would you like to do while you're at the tavern?
I'm gonna climb that bitch. I just want to stand on the tavern. No reason.
Roll me a perception check as you're climbing the tavern.
So it was lying to me the first roll because these last ones have been actually pretty good. Perception is a +2, so 16.
16? Alright. As you're climbing, you hear shuffling and groaning coming from inside the tavern.
Tell everyone. Is there a window?
You do pass by a window as you are climbing up the sides of the stone wall. Would you like to look inside?
I'd like to Scooby Doo and look inside as sneakily as I can.
Mm-hmm. You see 4 figures slumped on the ground in various locations inside the bar, along the walls, under the bar counter itself, by some tables. And they're all groaning, creaking their heads, looking for the source of your voice, and starting to try and stand up.
Stop singing.
You stay clung to the side of the wall like Spider-Man.
I want to keep going up, but I'm not going to sing anymore.
Right, you can make your way up the tavern still, safely to the top, but you still hear the shuffling inside, and the groans and the moans.
Am I up at the top?
Yes, you are. Roberto is anxiously whining and pacing around outside the building down below, because boy cannot climb stone walls.
I'm gonna shoot off a few Eldritch blasts straight up into the air. I'm gonna flare this bitch. I'm a human flare. Halfling flare.
Ren and Anatine, roll me perception checks.
Remember when I said you were going to need the wine and the water? I didn't think I meant it that quickly.
This is a blush wine, so I drink it very quickly.
To my mom tonight?
Oh god, we're rolling perception, you say? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I even said to my mom tonight?
What did you say?
I just need to accept it.
You got cut off.
Oh, I said to my mom today, I said, with how today's going, I would not be at all surprised if my character just died. We're heading that direction.
Oh,
it's gonna be great.
Ren rolled an 18.
All right, Ren, you see the Eldritch Blast, and you hear them too, because the way I see it, every spell has a sort of sound to it.
Yeah.
So you hear a as the sacred flame that is bright ass orange, because gritty. No, because of gritty. Fires off into the air and explodes with this weird googly eye face like a firework. Anodyne, what was your perception roll?
So I rolled a 1, which means 6 total, but I'm assuming I'm just casting.
You are so focused on casting Magic Circle that you just tuned everything out around you. You are in your zone, met with your hands casting the runes and sigils that slowly fall to the ground and paint this magic circle into the grass and dirt. You don't notice what's going on.
Ren sees this and just again that like faraway stare of like he's contemplating all of his life decisions at this point. Goes right into the Anodyne. When you're done, catch up. And he just runs in to go find out what the hell just happened.
Okay, Ren, you are heading into town. You make it in. You see Roberto pacing around this old building that you recognize as a tavern, and you see the sign outside that says the Brown Horse. And you don't see Tahiri around, and then you look up to see her small head peeking over.
I actually want to be exploring. Is there a hole in this roof?
There is not a hole in the roof. I don't think there is. It doesn't describe one. I mean, it's sagging a little bit, so there are some weak spots in the roof. As you walk along, you hear a creak, and you get the sense if you put a little too much weight on those certain boards in the roof that they may cave in.
Can I stand on one of the sturdier spots and aim at one of those spots?
What are you aiming?
I would like to aim a sacred flame to punch a hole in the roof.
Okay. For the record, since I couldn't see her, I'm looking at Roberto like, okay.
Okay,
not
yeah,
mad
you
at
didn't
you.
see her, but you don't know where she is.
Yeah, I'm looking at Roberto like, I'm not mad at you. Where is she?
All right, and while you're down on the ground, Ren, I need you to roll me another perception check.
I can do that. Bam. Well, that's lucky. 13.
I'll say you hear the pitter patter of feet up on top of the roof, and you hear a very faint shuffling and groaning sound inside of the tavern.
There's gonna be a slow craning up to be like, okay, there's one. Then here's the shuffling sound goes, I hope to God that's not what I think it is.
So to hear you're trying to blow a hole in the roof.
Yes, from a position that feels stable.
Does the spell have an attack roll?
It does.
I am going to give this roof an AC of 14. You have to beat a 14 to blow a hole in the roof.
I rolled a natural one.
You aim your sacred flame. It shoots off, explodes in front of you. But your connection to Gritty in that one moment was kind of weak. He's dicking around with you, and instead of an explosion of fire and creating a hole, it's an explosion of glitter. And
I don't have the time for this.
And Ren, you hear and you see the poof of orange glitter at the top of the roof.
Looks back up and just stares.
I don't have time for this shit.
And the shuffling and the groaning starts to get louder inside of the tavern.
Ren takes a very deep sigh. I'm not ready for this. It's too early. He's gonna very carefully choose how loud to be and be like, Tahiri, what are you doing?
Making a hole. And I would like to try it again.
Roll again.
I would like to politely ask that you let me know when 10 rounds have gone through.
I'm about to jump back over to y'all in just a moment.
Oh, okay.
I'll say this entire thing is taking 10 rounds.
Oh, okay. Cool.
25.
In that moment, your connection with Gritty is solid, and it goes through. And Ren, you see another loud explosion, as instead of glitter, it is fire this time, as Tahiri blows a decent-sized hole into the roof of the tavern. And Tahiri, as you look inside, you see slowly starting to get up 4 ash zombies. And they're craning their necks up all to look at you. With that, we're going to jump back over to the other 2 members of our party. Anodyne, you hear the distant explosions, and you hear Ren speaking, very, muffled though, because you're focused on casting your spell. As you are casting the magic circle around Talos, you watch his eyes start to glow as he whirs to life and wakes up from sleep mode. Talos, you were the last one to wake up. You needed some extra recharge during the night. Being surrounded by all this foliage, you weren't able to get enough contact from the moon, so you needed an extra hour to recharge. as you've been in sentry mode, so you've seen everything that's gone on. You saw Tahiri drawing on your face, but you weren't able to do anything. You saw her belly flop or like fall back into a fairy circle, and then you saw her run off to town. As you regain your consciousness, you're sitting on the ground as Anodyne is casting a magic circle around you. What would you like to say and do in this moment?
Sorry, I didn't want the microwave to beep. Talos, where the fuck is Conan? Here it is. Talos is going to. We're going to activate and sort of crane his neck up to kind of tilt his head at Anodyne. And the guy goes, "Do you have a washcloth so that I can wipe my face?"
Morning, sunshine. Give me. Sorry, I need like 20 more seconds.
How dare you remove your beautiful mustache and monocle flower?
You're not there. You're wreaking chaos on us.
And Talos, as you are talking with Anodyne, you hear the explosions in the background. And you hear Ren speaking in the distance. You have no idea what's going on, but you're a paladin, right?
Yes.
Specifically a paladin of the Raven Queen, right?
I am.
Your undead spidey sense starts to tingle.
So every time watches Talos, he asks for the cloth, brings it onto his face. When he pulls it down, his eyes, like normally purple eyes, flip to like a bright red. It's like it's like there are undead here. Just very low, like battle mode engaged.
Yeah, that's why I'm casting this circle, guy. 10 seconds.
Yeah, and it's around the time that when you finished casting Magic Circle, that was around the time that Tahiri blasts the hole in the roof, and that really stirred the zombies awake. So, Talos, that's when you immediately feel their presence. And and you see the tavern, about 90 feet away from you in town. Because you guys camped 30 feet outside the edge of town, and then it's another 60 feet in.
Mm-hmm.
So quick, this cylinder will protect us if shit goes south. So just fall back here if needed. It'll protect us from undead and other stuff.
And what's his face is for you? Mustache and monocle. He nods, and then he gets up, grabs his shield, grabs his mace of smiting, and heads in the direction of the zombie.
Alright, what's your base speed?
Base speed is 30 feet.
30 feet. What's your base speed, Anodyne?
Same.
Alright, so it'll take you guys 3 rounds to get there. So, 6, 12. So that's around 18 seconds.
Do you mind if I dash the second round?
If you wish to. So
Okay.
it'll take you about 12 seconds to get there. What about you, Talos? Would you like to dash second round?
I will dash after the first round so that
Okay.
I can, when I get there,
So-
the second round, I can be able to hit something.
So collectively, it'll take y'all 2 rounds to get there. In that time, I'm gonna allow Ren and Tahiri to do some stuff.
Cute.
And then around the collective time you both get there is when we'll roll initiative if you guys get into combat.
Cool.
All right, so you guys are dashing your way over to town. We'll jump back to Tahiri and Ren. Tahiri, you see 4 ash zombies craning their neck up to look at you as you've blown a hole into the roof of the tavern. But let's jump to Ren real quick because he's on the ground. What would
Yeah.
you like to do, Red? You heard an explosion on the roof, and you're not sure what Tahiri did just now, but the groaning sound, which you can only assume is zombies, is getting louder inside.
First of all, I have one hand near Roberto, like to make sure that they do not freak out and go like panic and run away, as like a not well actually would be soothing. Yeah, trying to like soothe them so they don't just freak out. While doing that, I'm like hissing Tahiri, the love of whatever god you believe in, signs of life.
Hissing the what? I caught
I'm like
half of that. I'm sorry.
he's hissing Tahiri, for the love of whatever god you believe in, give me a sign of life.
Do I hear this?
I'm saying it relatively loud enough, but like still trying to be like not shouty.
I would say you hear it, Tahiri.
So here he goes. Say hello to my little friends. Points it into the hole.
Ren looks at Roberto. Stay.
Like to Eldritch Blast. These
Okay.
fucking things.
Question.
Yes, Fred.
If I use my jump spell, could I jump to where she is, or would that not clear the building?
I'd say the building is around 10 feet tall.
Okay.
It's a
So-
one-story building, so
Because I'm
10
legit tempting to be
feet.
like, jump, tackle her, like, stop.
And how much vertical does the jump spell give you?
Let's see. Touch the creature. It's tripled until the spell ends. That's all it says. It just triples my jump ability.
Do you know what your base jump is? I think your speed shows you what your base jump is.
My speed. Long jump. When I make a long jump, you can cover number of feet up to your strength score.
Does it say anything about a vertical jump?
Climbing, swimming. Okay. This rule assumes that the height of your jump doesn't matter, such as a jump across a stream or a chasm. At your DM's option, you may succeed on a DC 10 strength athletics check to clear low obstacles no taller than a quarter of the jump's distance, such as a hedge or a low wall. High jump. Okay, here we go. When you make a high jump, you leap in the air a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier. Oh god, I can jump high. So yeah, any number of feet plus of my strength modifier plus 3. So
Okay.
7 feet normally. Oh god, I can jump 21 feet.
All right, so yeah, if you use jump, you'll be able to clear the building.
Okay, I'm gonna do that really quick.
Okay. Roll contesting d20s to see if either Tahiri shoots first or if you get there before she shoots.
Yeah.
It's our own initiative.
Oh boy.
Would you roll in the tray? I'm good.
I hope to God you failed. I really do. What did you get? We both got a 4.
You both got
We both
fours.
get a 4.
Oh god, we both got a 4.
Roll again.
Oh god.
In the tray, you little bitch.
18.
Go ahead. What did you get?
18.
17.
Oh, thank the
Ren
gods.
just beats you as you go. Say hello to my little feet. Ah! You get
I literally
tackled.
Grab
by
and pull
Ren.
her back.
Ren leaps up onto the building like fucking Mario. Boing! And he grabs you and yanks you away from the edge of the hole. I would say you had those Eldritch Blasts ready, and as he pulls you back, your fingers go up to the sky and they shoot off.
Why?
Tahiri, How many of us are here?
3,
How many are down there?
4.
Do you notice that we're missing a certain tall metal, has a nice new mustache?
It's okay. I'm a cleric. I got
I know
this.
you are, but I am squishy.
We can
Also-
always just jump away if we need.
Also, Roberto's very nervous because Roberto can't see you.
No, my puppy boy.
Yes, I am really going to use the appeal to the dog lover.
Are we close enough to the edge that I can kind of like roll my head out and be like, I'm right here, baby?
I would say Ren pulled you like close to the edge, yeah.
Yeah. And at that time, Anodyne and Bruno?
Bruno Mars? I love that guy.
Bruno
We
Mars
jumped
appears.
campaigns again. We deserve life here.
Bruno Mars appears. Anodyne and Talos appear. Y'all see the familiar
Uptown
yellow.
punk you up. Uptown punk you up.
Y'all see the familiar red glow in Talos's eyes as you guys realize, he senses the undead here.
Oh, he's in zombie mode. Oh, shit.
Oh, see, we're fine now. There's extra people.
Y'all have this time to converse. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. These zombies are not getting out of the building. The only way you get to them is if you're going in. So y'all now have time to plan. If you're gonna attack these guys or not.
Ren
I'm
leans.
squirming.
Yeah, while holding the squirming Tahiri, Ren leans over just enough so they can see his head poke over the roof and go, I have the child. She tried to blow up some zombies. Any ideas?
I've got the child.
And to show that I have the child, I lift her up just enough so you can see her squirming in my arms and being like, she's a feisty one.
Do I have any sort of angle to be like, sacred flame?
Nope, you are restrained. You have to break
Oh.
restraint.
Talos looks up at Ren, seeing that he has the child, and he's still like rushing towards the door. It's like, I do have a plan. I'm going to destroy them.
Ren's eyes bug out and just looks at Tahiri. You did not just hear him. He did not just say that. That does not mean get ideas.
Yeah.
Oh, hey guys.
Granted, to be fair, Ren, this is his job.
I know. I just stopped her. My brain is the parent who's like, I just calmed the child down and you just offered them candy.
Oh no, yeah, you were very wrong to rely on Talos to be, a good influence on you.
I got them. I just got them to bed. Why are you starting tickles now?
No.
In the DM.
The best way I'm imagining is Ren is the parent who just got Tahiri to sleep. Talos kicks in the door with the Zabooma foam that Jack Black plays, and it's just like ready to fuck shit up. And I'm like, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna toss him in a river and let him rust.
I'm sorry, but this whole situation has me thinking the hot dog song from Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Yeah, you pretty much. That's it.
I'm so sorry to anyone whose eardrums I destroyed with that. Because I
It was
forget
worth
how loud this is with my headphones on.
It was worth it. Oh,
Can I cast thaumaturgy on myself?
Yes, feel free to do so.
If shit hits the fan, go to the cylinder of light.
Y'all see a cylinder of light glowing 90 feet outside of town.
Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna fuck shit up.
And then Anodyne's gonna look at Ren and be like, his face is just gonna say, why are you holding the child like that?
shoots dagger eyes like, you are so lucky I'm up here and you're down there.
Where is the door to this building?
The door to the building. You guys are sort of at the you're in the front of it, so the door of the building is right next to y'all.
Oh, good.
Who's heading in first?
I will if Talos doesn't.
All right. First off, anyone who is wanting to fight, let's roll some initiative.
Yeah. Damn it. Why are you so pretty and so awful?
One thing I love about the shield is that it gives me advantage on initiative, which is good because my initiative bonus is nothing. Where is my?
You're going to dice jail.
There's my boy. Ooh, nice.
For the record, as Ren notices the two down there starting to make their approach, he says to Tahiri, once they go in, I'll let you go. But you were not to go
I
in
was about
before
to say
Talos.
I already had a plan to avoid this situation and just start blasting. I will Danny
anyway.
DeVito this shit.
So I started
I
blasting.
started blasting. Oh, my fucking feet.
I
I'm
will
just picturing
channel my
Tahiri.
inner Danny DeVito.
It's either that or you're Danny from Game Grumps. I fired and I missed. I fired again and then I missed. This went on for about 2 hours.
Oh, I love
All
that
right.
stuff.
Just my rolls, you're not wrong.
Who all is fighting?
Me.
All four of y'all are? Okay.
Yep.
Ren.
22 with a nat 20.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's the best I'm going to do tonight.
Anodyne.
5.
5. Tahiti.
9.
Talos.
19.
All right. Well, all of y'all are going before the zombies because they all rolled 4. So it's gonna go Ren, Talos, Tahiri, and Roberto, unless you want to roll an initiative for Roberto or have him sit this one out.
You can sit this one out.
Okay, so Roberto will stay outside of the tavern. Anodyne, and then the zombies.
The zombies rolled lower than 5.
They rolled a
Yep.
4.
Ugh.
And they have a -2 to Dex, so.
Make my +2 to initiative.
They have a
mean, they
-2
just
to
woke up.
Dex, so they actually rolled a 2.
Oof.
Oh,
I'm just checking before we start so I can apply the math accordingly. Do these undead count as constructs?
No,
Okay.
they are undead.
Okay. There are certain undead that are also do both. But I just wanted to make-
If they were constructs, it would tell me so, but no,
Okay.
it doesn't.
Okay.
the DM guide tells me so. Sorry.
Okay.
Next one.
So, well, Talos, while you are trying to head in first, Ren is at the top of the initiative. What would
Yeah.
you like to do, Ren?
Well, thanks to Tahiri giving me a opening of which to see them all. I use one hand to like point down in the hole and cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay. Would you like to do it to number 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Let's do it to number 4. I feel like
To
he's
4?
an asshole.
Okay, roll. Guiding Bolt is an attack, right?
Yes.
All right,
No,
roll
wait,
me an
is it?
attack. I believe it is.
Yeah. Okay. It is. Okay.
It's because
Yeah.
it has a plus modifier.
Yep. I just saw that. 16.
16. They only have an armor class of 8, so it hits. Roll me damage.
Hell yeah. 9 points.
9 points.
Should not have told me that.
Should not have told you what.
My guiding bolt has a +8.
Oh.
All right. So you hit. The zombie takes 9 points of radiant damage, and you watch as the bolt makes impact. A cloud of ash poofs off of the zombie and encompasses everything around it within 5 feet before slowly dissipating.
Good. I think that's a bad thing. Tahiri, can we stay fighting up here where we're safe?
All right. Alright, is there anything else you would like to do in your turn, Ren?
Ren is smashing X to doubt to hear his smile of comfort, but no, that's really it.
Okay.
Oh wait, it's like it didn't take any damage.
Oh, no, Ash just
It
shot
took
out of it, that's all.
damage, but Ash shot out of it.
And I'm just looking at you like, stay up here. Don't go poking him.
Alright, if that's it for your turn, Ren, up next is Talos. You are opening the door, Talos, as that happens, and you watch the ash smoke poof out from one of the zombies that luckily is not next to you. So one of them looks badly damaged. The other three, while looking dead and rough, do not look damaged yet. What would you like to do? And no, they are not lined up for a javelin of lightning.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm going to bonus action Searing Smite.
Alright.
I'm going to go up to the nearest one. I'm going to whack his bonkus.
So, what weapon
Scared him.
do you use again now?
Mace of Smiting.
Your Mace of Smiting starts to glow hot red as your Searing Smite is cast upon it. You go up to, I'd say, zombie number 1, and you ask your mace, what do you think, Wackus Bonkus? And you hear the voice go, kill him. And you go, whew, you're naughty, Wackus Bonkus. And you go to whack. Roll to whack.
Roll to whack.
The part of Wackus Bonkus we played by Ian McDermott.
That would not be a good first roll. Total 27 to hit.
You said
I rolled
that's
a nine.
not a good first roll?
No, it was almost not a good roll. It was almost not as good as first roll. Because I'm sitting like this, so like I rolled a 19, so the 1 is facing me.
You succeeded, and Wackus roll for Bonkus.
I shall roll for bonkus.
I want that on a shirt.
You may roll. You may have achieved Wackus. You may roll for bonkus. Yes. Oh yeah, because that's that. So that's 2d6. Oh boy. I shall roll 1 for that. Okay, so 3. That's 10 bludgeoning, and that's 10 bludgeoning and 10. What is it? I believe it is radiant.
Okay.
I just got my brain's like, brain reboot. So that is 20 total damage.
Okay. Well, they don't have vulnerability to radiant damage, unfortunately. Because they are not your regular zombies.
No.
And with that being the case, it's still standing. And Talos, I need you to roll a con save. As when your Wackus made its bonkus, a plume of ash smoke has now encompassed you.
Con save
Yes.
It is 18.
You succeed.
Huzzah.
Your vision gets blurry for a moment as the ash encompasses you. You can feel it getting under your plates and causing you to creak just a little bit, but you're able to shake it off as the ash dissipates, and you're able to see clearly.
Yay. I believe that is my only Wackus. Wait, I'm 05.
You're level 5 paladin, you should have 2 Wackus Bonkus.
I shall Wackus again, the same one.
Roll to Wackus. And I'll let you know now, you'll probably just need a minimum Bonkus if you hit.
22.
What is your minimum bonkus?
8. Well, no, it's
As-
10 technically. 'cause
Okay, you eviscerate this ash zombie with the second hit, and this time it doesn't let out a plume of ash.
no plume of ash. No,
Yeah,
no.
so ash zombie number 1 is eviscerated.
Fucking robot kicks in the door, comes in. Bam! Bam! Fucking.
Literal killer robot from outer space. Because you are not of Faerun. You are from
I am
another
not.
dimension.
I am. I don't know how I got here.
Alright. Anything else you'd like to do in your turn?
I think that is all I can do.
Alright. Up next is Tahiti. You're muted. You are muted.
Sorry, now we can't get a tow truck driver to come out.
Oh
So my night is getting even better. It's fantastic. They say they're gonna try one more time in an hour, and if they can't, they're gonna have someone come in the morning. So that's where we're at.
no. I'm sorry, hun.
Anyway,
What would Tahiti like to do?
anyway, I am going to blast. I'm going to. Yes. Oh, I went unstable. That is
Yeah.
why.
All I
would
heard
like to
was
blast.
all
would
I
like
heard
to
was
shoot
blast.
some fuckers in the face.
All right. Well, you look in. You see only 3
Can
are
you hear
left.
me?
Yes, I hear you. You look in. You see only 3 are left standing. 2 of them look undamaged. 1 of them looks very badly damaged, and you see Talos standing over a pile of ash.
She's going to get up and go to the edge and go, let's try this again. And Sacred Flame, Sacred Flame, the 2 who look undamaged, 1 to
All right.
each.
Okay. So roll me an attack. Because you rolled 1 attack. No, you roll attack for each of them, I believe.
I roll an attack for each, yeah.
Eldritch Blast, yeah.
17.
For the first one, that hits.
And for some reason, D&D Beyond just decided to restart on being refreshed, and it's sitting on load screen. So I'm glad I remember my plus. So I'm
Okay.
going to roll the second attack.
Okay.
10. Does this
It
10
hits.
hit?
It hits.
Really? That's
Yeah.
surprising.
Both hit.
All right.
Roll me damage for both of them, and Talos, you are safe. Do not get encompassed by another ash cloud, because they are not close to you.
The first one is 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Why is there a star on that? I don't know.
Only a 2
Nothing gets added. It's literally just, there's no additive to Eldritch Blast, sadly. And the second one is an 8.
Okay. All right, you watch as plumes of ash and smoke encompass them after you hit them before slowly dissipating. Is there anything else you'd like to do in your turn?
She does that. She
Okay.
just holds her fingers up, blows on them, and then like pretends to put them in the pockets she doesn't have because she wears a dress.
Okay. All right. With that, up next is Anodyne.
Heyo.
You are still outside the tavern, but the door
Okay.
is wide open. You have watched explosions happen inside, poofs of ash and smoke, and when you finally make your way in, there's only 3 zombies left standing.
Yeah. So Anodyne's gonna sort of like just do like a quick like look around at the rest of the town, but like get into the doorway also.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use Channel Divinity, Destroy Undead.
All right.
So they need to make a Wisdom save. All three of them, because
Okay.
they can all hear me, and or see me. And they Wisdom save, I believe, is I think it's a 16. Let me double check.
They get +0 to wisdom.
Okay.
So Zambi number 2 rolled a 5, so he fails.
Okay.
Zambi number 3 rolls a 9, I believe that fails.
Yep.
And Zambi number 4 rolls a 3. They all fail.
So are their challenge rating 1/2 or lower?
They are a challenge rating of a quarter.
Then they all are destroyed.
Y'all all witness as Anodyne walks in and looks around. You see him touch his holy symbol. Whatever your holy symbol is, it glows a bright green light. And then the room flashes brightly. And then it seems like nothing's happened for a moment. Then you watch as the remaining zombies slowly start to crumble to ash and fall to the ground dead. Anything else you'd like to do, Anodyne?
Let's try to stay together, shall we?
With that, we are out of combat.
Looks at the ceiling where Tahiri's face, no doubt, is like peeking through.
Ren, who just watched all that happen, just leans into Tahiri. Did you know he could do that?
Yeah, totally.
Talos' eyes go back to purple. You're
Threat neutralized.
Ren is gonna like bypass asking Tahiri any of this just to like see how it goes. Talos, are you paying attention? Lifts Tahiri up and just holds her over the hole and drops her to Talos.
oh wow, she's like paying attention to god.
I'm actually going to. Okay, the moment I'm airborne, can I Misty Step and land on the ground?
Oh my goodness.
Yes, you may.
No.
You
She's
may.
like what?
You go to catch her and she's just gone and standing next to you like, oh, and looks up and goes, don't do that.
Jumps down to the rest of the group. Well, next time, don't go off on your own and just give us a heart attack. Go check on Roberto. He's probably worried about you.
Oh boy! And I run outside.
Yeah. His ears immediately perk up as you head back outside, his tail's wagging violently. He goes and he licks your face. Which is still covered in glitter, by the way, because of your failed Sacred Flame earlier.
I'm so sorry about that.
Ren, is this the
Didn't mean to do that to you. Why is your tongue glowing?
Oh, and that makes me ask because I grabbed Tahiri. Am I covered in glitter now?
You are.
Yep.
You're
Okay.
covered in bright orange glitter.
I'm just gonna stare at
And
Talos
you are
be like,
in your brand new clothes.
Yeah, just look at Talos and be like, not a word. Not a single word. And just walks out the door.
Are you is this the spot, Ren, that we need to be in?
For the thing? No, we have to go to the herbal shop.
Son of a bitch. Okay, let me just take a quick look around.
Yep. Talos, I'm assuming you have to do something with the bodies.
There's no bodies left.
Yeah, there's no bodies
Piles
left.
of ash.
Ashes.
He'll say like a quick prayer to like sending their souls off, and once he actually is going to walk outside first, and then he was going to use his divine sense to just try and detect any more of the undeads.
Okay, what range does your divine sense give?
It is 60 feet.
60 feet. I am looking real quick over something as you're doing that. Okay, that's not undead. That's not undead. Where's the old smithy? Nope, that's too far away. Okay, within your vicinity of the town, you do not sense any undead.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all he's sticking for at the moment. Because he's going to stick with the group, heading to the herbalist shop.
All right.
While we walk, you see just Ren like picking glitter and flicking it off of him.
All right. Do you guys mind if we take a quick break?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right,
fine.
because we are an hour 15 minutes in. It is 10:30 almost 10:30 my time, which means we'll have an hour and a half left. We're gonna run a quick ad break. Stretch, get some water or get some sort of liquids or food. And we'll be right back with you guys reconvening outside the Brown Horse Tavern and deciding where in town you're heading to, or if you're just gonna try to find the herbalist shop.
Yeah.
All right, we will be right back.
My
I
coworkers.
am going to.
I'm
I'm gonna go check on shit here.
Okay.
I have my phone. Text me when you're ready.
Got
Yeah.
it.
My coworkers are assholes, but fun. They're fun. It was some good fun. So for like the last hour and a half of work, which was fucking dull, they get me on this thing of a coworker named Billy that I was immediately suspicious of. Like, Billy? Really? He's Billy, and he texts me. His name is Billy, and he texts me like he's from the hood. I was immediately suspicious. It was my coworker who speaks and talks like he's from the hood, because he probably is. This is Peoria. You're either from the hood, from the heights, or somewhere in between. Or you're a hick. There's there's not a whole lot of options, but it's usually one of those. That Billy was supposed to come in at 7:30 and finish his paperwork so that he could be put on the schedule. And okay, what? So they can't get a hold of him, so I try texting him. And he eventually texts back, and we go back and forth, and then it's somehow he ends up at, because his mom dropped him off at the wrong location. So then I asked for him for a picture, and he sent me a picture of the Billy head, from as in Billy from Hocus Pocus, the severed head. And I'm like, this motherfucker. So at first I was thinking, oh, this motherfucker has just. I was thinking, like, when I thought about it, I figured it out at that point, because I know who put Billy in the place where they took the picture. I put Billy there. I'm like, all right. So like, we're all having a good life. We're just having like we're laughing at this kid that's just some dumbass, and it's like, I also like the coworker who was behind all this pretty much let us just call him a fucking idiot for the entire night, which is great. But yeah, I sent the last message, and he's like, well, aren't you gonna send a message? Like, well, I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna wait and see if his phone goes off. And then he sent me a picture of it going, hey buddy. Talking about they had the McDonald's fries for me or some shit. It's like, it was just, they were bored, and I was just like, yeah, it's fun. I'm like, after I figured it out, I'm like, I'll just keep going because this is hilarious. Because I knew exactly when I knew officially when they were fucking with me. Because like he said that his mom dropped him off, and then he said I used my last bus pass. Come on, man! I thought we were homies. I'm just sitting here like, these are my fucking coworkers. I knew which one it was too, because he was the most like, I don't know what he acted the most surprised to the various ridiculous things I was texting. I'm just like, oh, if it entertained me for like the last hour and a half of work, because the last person left the store at like 8:30. We didn't close until 9. and then we had closing procedures. We went until 9:30. I didn't know I was closing until like I don't know, I'm up at 9. I'm like, no, you're till 9:30. I'm like, what are we talking about? I looked at the book that has like the book that has who's on the schedule for that day and like in bigger letters and numbers than it's on the schedule. And it said me till 9:30. I'm like, motherfucker. Because I was supposed to work tonight originally, but I was only working until 9 when I last put it on my schedule. So I looked at the schedule when I got there. I'm like, mother son of a bitch. It was a long day at work, but it wasn't too bad. Really. Yesterday was worse because I was up for like 36 hours. I could not sleep. I could not get to sleep the night before. I just laid in bed, awake and aware. I tried to get like a small nap before work. I didn't go until 1, and I'm just like, so then by the time I did the dumb, I went and got myself an energy drink, which wasn't too dumb. But I also then got a 5-hour energy of the similar flavor to the energy drink, and I combined them. I could feel my heartbeat after about an hour. I'm like, I have made an error. Then by the time I got home, we did Pathfinder. It was fun. I have to write a long ass journal because I'm going to be just I agreed to the DM that I would do so. And because we're going to have a holiday episode next session, but I have to write a preamble to the holiday episode where my character's last remaining grudge is going to show up and try and kill him. And I have to decide how that's going to happen. So we're going to work on that. I'm going to work on that over the next couple of days. Yeah. So we had that, but like as soon as we were done with Pathfinder, I logged off my stuff. I laid in bed. I was out. It was like peace. Oh.
I used to haze the people that were working at one of the stores I worked at by asking them to go get something from the basement. We didn't have a basement. And then I worked at this other store that did have a basement, and it was creepy as fuck. And I would send them down for stuff that wasn't down there. They come back, they'd be like, I couldn't find it. Why is there a blood-stained hand on the wall? And what the fuck is that room at the end? Used to be like a theater back in like the day. It was a creepy ass building, but cool. And then my most recent, like as a barista, my favorite thing to do is like take the empty espresso puck, cover it in chocolate and sprinkles, and then tell someone that we got a new brownie in. And if they want to try it, Paige knows what's up.
God, that's evil.
It's so evil.
That is fucking evil, man.
Now you guys know I am possessed by the devil. The face, though.
Hey, I can't say anything. I live for a good prank. My uncle was talking about how his in-laws tend to, when they visit, bring stuff to the house and say that it's theirs when it's not. Mm-hmm. He's like, I just need to start bringing shit in and like leave it at their house and be like, oh, but it's obviously yours. Because so I said, no, what you really need to do is, and I showed this weird ass giant rooster sculpture. I said, what you need to do is, without saying anything, just bring it into their house and like put it in the shower or something and then leave. And then wait for the phone call.
Oh, so this particular prank, since you two walked away, the particular prank was last like hour and a half. My coworkers were not sending me around server things, but they were having me text who I found out was one of my coworkers. What they told me was a new hire that didn't show up to fill out his paperwork. He was supposed to come in at 7:30. It was like 8 o'clock or so, and he didn't come to do his thing. So we were trying to get a hold of him. Couldn't call him or nothing. And so they asked me, you want to text him? I'm like, okay, sure, I'll try texting him. And they basically sent me in for a loop. I got to the point where I asked for a picture so that if we decided to come pick his ass up, that we would know what he looked like. And this is what I got.
It's blurred.
Mm-hmm.
Billy from Hocus Pocus. And I knew before that, but I knew that they were fucking with me at that point because I know I'm the one who put that Billy head there. Because I heard from the other manager that they ran out of Billy head to the other location, so I knew his ass wasn't there. It was like, these motherfuckers have been getting me texted him for a fucking hour, but his ass is right over the fuck there. Yeah, no, it was really funny. But like, because it was like the last person left at like 8:30, and we were there. I was gonna be there for another fucking hour. We were just fucking around, and but it was all in good fun. We still we made sure the store was cleaned up and everything we put back where they needed to be. We did our final count, and then everything worked out all right. Just like they got me good, and we're gonna have to tell my manager Kelsey about it because I wasn't sure if they were fucking with me or not. I didn't text Kelsey about whether or not we had a new hire named Billy. Because I'm like, if I do that, never fuck with me. It's gonna give the game away too soon. I'm having fun with this. They sent me when they're like, because like somebody in my show, like, there's something I can do. Like, you're just gonna have to come in tomorrow. And like, well, I thought you were gonna give me a rough. You're gonna give me. I got you these. I bought you some large fries at $2.19 for these large fries. Like, that's too specific. I used my last bus pass. I thought your mom dropped you off, and you're not gonna be free. I thought we was homies. I'm like, oh, you don't. No. Sorry.
Are we
Yes.
ready to continue?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you guys have reconvened outside the Brown Horse Tavern. Where would you like to go next?
I was gonna search inside the building.
Okay, you look around inside the building. In the eastern half of the building is the common room, part of the tavern, where all the tables, the bar, and everything is. The western half of the building is the kitchens and the brewer's vats. A faint smell of yeast still permeates in the air, and you see the huge wooden tons standing inside the west of the building. There is no more ale. A lot of the wood is rotten and decaying. Dust and cobwebs have collected. There is nothing of value inside the tavern.
Okay. They couldn't even leave us some alcohol.
You can smell yeast in the western half of the tavern, though, because yeast is used to make alcohol.
If the fungi were more supervisory, I would give them yeast. All right, it's clear in here.
All right, you guys all reconvene outside the tavern. Where would you like to go next?
I do not sense any more undead in the area that I can, at least not outside.
That's a good sign. Ren's still cleaning his clothing.
Just in case that magic circle is up for another 15 minutes or so.
That is good to know.
Every time Ren takes off a piece of glitter, I'm behind Ren putting a new piece of glitter on his back.
Yes.
From my face. He's
I love it.
replenishing. equivalent exchange.
Listen here, you little shit. We're not doing FMA tonight.
It was anime day today. I will allow. I don't get to make the decisions about allowing things, but I will personally allow it because it's anime day at work.
Should I do a passive perception to notice if she's doing this?
What is your passive?
10.
To hear you, are you being sneaky about this?
Hell yeah.
Alright, roll me a stealth.
Okay. Takes me a while to get back to my freaking stats. Okay. This phone is the app is helpful, but also like you have to search for things.
Mm-hmm.
12.
You
can't
do not notice anything, Ren. Much to JM's
Right.
chagrin.
Yep. Silent Bob grumble at the moment.
Where would you guys like to go next? There is still one mostly standing cottage nearby, as well as two very ruined cottages. And a little ways down the road, you see a few more ruined buildings, one more sturdier looking building. And if you look to the east, barely creeping over the tops of the trees and the brush, you see what looks like a tower. However, the brush and trees are very thick, so it would be better just to move through town to get to it.
Tower.
I see something taller that I can climb. I'm heading towards
Wait,
the tower.
to hear.
Mm,
Can I have a word with you? Over here, away from Ren.
that's very specific. Is there a reason?
Fine, Ren. It's
And
not
she
about
puts
you.
another piece of glitter on his ass.
With a passive of 15, Anodyne has been noticing this and is like laughing. He's like, what a hilarious prank you're doing.
She'll come over.
So I see that you're in our Bran Stark mode, where you want to climb things, and I think that's totally rad. However, we should find the emerald necklace and then go to the tower because shiny treasure. And then
Okay. But if you go to the really tall tower, you can look around and see where things are to find the shiny necklace.
that would be a good point if this wasn't a tiny ass town that's overgrown with plants and we didn't know where we were going already.
But we can see the apothecary from the tower. I'm gonna
just for-
I'm gonna watch.
Can we see the apothecary
Oh,
from where we were standing?
You have no idea which of these buildings would be the
I'm
apothecary.
gonna look.
Okay.
I'm gonna look for the
But just
building.
from the glance of the buildings nearby, these do not look like shop buildings. These are all cottages and like dwellings.
All right, Tahiri, hear me out. What is that building over there?
What is that building over there that is being pointed to?
Which direction are you pointing?
Uh,
Anodyne, give me a direction: north, south, east, or west.
west.
All right. So you're pointing towards the first cottage in town.
Mhm.
To hear you, that is the building you see him pointing at.
It is a house.
Okay, and what is that over there? He'll point north.
You're pointing back at the tavern.
Is it's a bar.
And what is that one over there? He'll point east.
East, you are pointing towards the brush, and you see, and all the only building you could make out over the tall trees is that tower.
It's a very tall tree. And a bush. And my climbing. spot.
Okay. Why don't we look around here at the cottages and stuff for 10 minutes, and then I'll go with you to the tower.
Did I break up?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I said I will be counting.
Okay. I'll cast Wind Wall to help you climb. Should give you a boost.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm gonna walk over to the cottage. And
She's going to sit down in the middle of the road.
Okay, so you sit down on the road
While-
outside of the tavern.
Anodyne does that. She's going to sit down. Yeah, and she's going to try and see if she can take a short rest
Okay.
while everyone else is searching.
So minimum for a short rest is an hour. So if you guys spend the next hour just
Count
exploring,
10 minutes out.
huh?
So did you really think she would actually like keep focused to count out 10 minutes?
Nope. I use principal tactics. So yeah, Anna's gonna go over like winking at Ren, and then you've got something on your shoulder there. He's gonna just sort of brush off a little bit of glitter, and then like turn and smile at Tahiri as he goes to the doorway of the closest cottage.
All right. So you head over to the westernmost cottage. Once again, cowering in the shadow of an old tree is a crumbled stone cottage with no roof, and weeds are rampant here. One second, let me finish this last stitch real quick.
Rampant weeds.
While Tahiri and Ren were, and I were talking, Ren is looking at Talos like, you don't happen to have like compressed air on you that you can just like clean me off, do you?
It's called prestidigitation.
Picturing like Talos having a finger open up and like a little nozzle of focused air spraying all over me.
Go gadget, reverse vacuum.
I think the only thing, and then if it would be part of a, let's see. No, it wouldn't be part of woodcarver's tools. So no.
Was worth a shot. Oh well. Goes back to like just cleaning himself off. She had to get all over the new coat too.
I arranged the glitter that I put back on him, by the way, into a smiley face.
Of course you did.
All right, Anodyne, you're going to investigate the cottage?
Yeah.
All right. One second. I gotta.
Basically, just like peeking into each building and like maybe doing like a quick walkthrough.
What's your passive?
15.
As you near the
Oh, I'm sorry. Passive perception or investigation?
yeah, passive perception.
Yeah, 15.
Let me see. You see a couple of little plant creatures poking their heads out of the weeds and staring at you.
Oh, hi.
If you want to, you can roll a nature check to try to see if you know what these creatures are.
I'm a nature cleric, and my nature is +1. What the fuck? God damn. I rolled a natural 1.
Oh, you have
You're
no
all
idea what
wasted.
they are. They look
You're
like
all
little.
interesting.
They look like little twig people.
Oh, you guys are just adorable, huh?
To put in better perspective, imagine them being baby Groots.
Baby Groots. Hello, little friends. Hello.
And they duck their heads back into the weeds and the foliage as you speak to them.
Oh, that's okay. I'm not here to hurt you. I will carefully tread not to disturb them.
Okay. You investigate the rundown cottage. It was just an old dwelling for possibly like a merchant in town. Any personal belongings of whoever used to live here are obviously gone. Any wooden furniture has started to rot and decay and have fungus start to grow on it due to there being no roof, so no protection from rain. And there's just weeds everywhere, and you can only assume that this is probably a home for whatever those little plant things are.
If I have time tonight,
I'm just waiting.
I will.
Hmm?
Oh, I was just gonna say, if I have time tonight, I will cast a spell on this area. Is what Anodyne is thinking to himself. And then he'll go to the next cottage.
So you go to the next group of cottages. These ruined side-by-side cottages look as though they might have been home of prosperous shopkeepers or well-off farmers in their time. All that remains are collapsed walls and piles of debris. Several young trees have grown up in the midst of the ruins.
Investigate.
Second. Well, you want to investigate?
Sure.
Okay. Roll me investigation check.
Why do you hate me? 9.
9?
Mhm.
You don't see anything of import. Just the young trees growing, piles of debris.
Are there
Roll me perception check.
more tree creatures here?
Roll me perception check.
I'm really waiting for this to turn into a Suicide Squad movie moment with the little jellies and King Shark. Like, that's all. New friends. Nom nom bite.
Yeah, fuck the match retrograde. I just rolled another one.
I feel so bad because I rolled a natural 20 for their stealth. You're looking around as you hear as 6 of these little twig blights, same creatures that you found in the other cottage, jump on you and start biting you.
Oh my god, it is King Shark.
Tree friends, why?
New friends.
Anodyne, I need you to roll initiative.
Okay. On a side note, would these be considered animals?
No, they are considered plants.
Okay.
They rolled a shit initiative, so.
16.
Okay, you go first. I'll say 2 of them are still clung to you.
Okay.
as the other 4 are trying to nip at your ankles. So you
Hey.
all share the same space at the moment.
Are they like hurting me, or are they just kind of like? "Arr"?
You don't feel any pain yet.
Okay.
Because they haven't been able to do a proper attack on you yet.
Okay. Just
They
trying
look
to.
like little leafy twigs.
Oh, you're so cute, but I can't understand a word you're saying. And I can't use Channel Divinity because I already used it today. Okay. I'm going to use my action to sort of like disengage and just sort of like, you know how like you like at the butterfly house where you just like gently shake
Mm-hmm.
that, but like times 10. So just like shake, 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 to try to get these guys off me.
Let me roll them a dex save.
Okay.
I think that qualifies as
No,
firmly
strength
shaken.
save, because the 2 of them are clinging onto you. They get a -2 to strength, so... Okay, first one rolled a 19, so 17.
Okay.
I need you to do a contesting strength.
I am
It's
going
gonna
to
be
get
another one. I'm just telling
And the other one rolled a 6 - 2 is 4, so I'm gonna say he probably fails.
you. Okay. Just a basic strength.
Yes.
18.
shaking baby syndrome.
18?
Yeah.
You're able to fling both of them off. They have very low hit points, and you were shaking violently. Let's see.
Oh,
Fucking baby syndrome.
Shaking baby
You
syndrome.
they're plants. They're not baby.
They have only 4 hit points, and I rolled a d4 to see how many they lose. I rolled a 4.
Anodyne is committing murder.
You don't
You-
shake your babies.
You go and you shake and you watch as they get flung off. One of them smacks into a wall and breaks in half and turns into a regular twig. And the other one skits to the ground and starts to stand up, but a rock falls and crushes it.
I hope you're proud of yourself.
We're not there to see it, but know that we're all judging you deep down.
I only have one revivify. What is this cruel world?
I don't know why, but I feel like
You are
Talos is judging
killing
you the
these
most.
leaf children with your shimmy.
To be fair, the leaves are trying to eat him.
Yeah.
You should do them the courtesy of letting them.
I'm just gonna look
The
at
Macarena of Doom.
how many are left.
There are now 4 left. And that was your action, and you killed 2 of them.
Yeah.
How
I'm
dare
gonna
you.
move because I was disengaging, and I'm just gonna be like, I am so sorry. You guys attacked me. I don't want
Alright.
to.
You're disengaged, so they cannot take a reaction.
Yeah, and
But
I'm just gonna.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna step backward out of the hut. Just, like traumatized.
How many feet do you move away?
I would say since I'm moving backwards, probably like 15.
Okay, that's still within range of them. They all swarm you.
Oh.
And each of them is going to try and claw you.
Okay.
So first one, roll a 13 to hit.
13 does not hit.
Okay, second one, rolled a 14.
Nope.
Third one, rolled a 13. Final one rolled a 10. Because they're all swiping at your ankles as you're trying to step away. And then from behind you, you hear the same chittering sound as the 2 other twig blights that you first found heard the cries and the crunching of their fallen comrades and come to join the fight, and they try to claw you as well. First one rolls a natural 20.
Yay!
Vengeance will be his.
So that is
You've
now,
got a
that is now
right going John Wick on
2d6
your
plus
ass.
1 piercing 2d4 plus 1 piercing
Wow.
damage.
Okay.
You take 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
It finds the right uncovered spot on your ankle that
Yep.
where the armor can't reach and the fabric is too thin, and it swipes its claws. It feels like this is for the women in the group. If we've ever shaved our legs when we accidentally nick our ankle, it's that kind of pain. The second one only rolls a 6 to attack, so you've only gotten hit by one of these things.
Okay.
They are all very angry with you. And they can all share the same space as you because they are tiny.
Okay.
This John
It is
Wick,
now your turn, as
right?
you're now surrounded again by 6 twig blights. In the
Very
distance, you
small
all
John Wick.
hear this strange chittering sound and Anodyne sounding distressed because you are all still near the tavern.
Ren hears it, just looks at Talos and Tahiri and just goes, "Does anyone hear something?"
I hear distress.
Tahiri, do you hear something?
Is that Shakira playing in the background?
Oh, I'm on tonight.
Some crazy
frankly-
hip movement happening. I don't understand.
Frankly, I hear George Lucas. Did anyone else hear George Lucas?
I heard the Motley Crue with the vampire hearing.
Squeak, squeaker, squeak, squeaking.
I hear Speaker Totoro. I hear. Wasn't it Totoro? The little like stone faced little dudes that rattled.
Was that Totoro?
That was Totoro, but I can't remember the no, that was Princess Mononoke.
Oh yeah, that was Mononoke. They were like little. That's what I'm hearing. I'm seeing that or Koroks. I think
Honestly, the one who just nat 20, I really just see a very small John Wick.
You're being swarmed by Keanu Reeves in plant form right now.
Oh, because I'm about to do something that's gonna make me sad.
Talos is like, well, if that is Anodyne, we should probably go help him.
Anodyne's hips don't lie, but they murder.
They do. Anodyne's gonna just under his breath be like, "I'm so sorry, little guys. I didn't mean to disturb you, and I certainly didn't mean to kill the other two, but you leave me no choice." And I'm gonna cast Word of Radiance, which affects everything within 5 feet of me.
So what does it do?
Basically just like I become a microwave, and anything within 5 feet has
Are
to
you
make
gonna pop John Wick?
It's a con save.
Con save. Or what happens?
Sorry, what?
Con save and what happens with a success or a failure?
It's 2d6 radiant damage if they fail.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna roll for all 6 of them.
the con save is a 16.
Okay.
He put her
Number 1
noodle in
rolls
the
a natural 20.
microwave.
Is it the same one that stabbed me?
Yes. Number 1 rolls a nat 20.
God twig.
Number 2 rolls a 13. Number 3 rolls a 4. So we've had 1 success and 2 failures.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 rolls an 18. So 2 successes, 2 failures. Number 5 rolls a 18 again. So 3 successes, 2 failures. And number 6 rolls a nat 1. instantly incinerated.
No. Yeah. Anything that didn't make it takes 9 damage.
All of them die. They only have 4 hit points each.
So the ones that saved though, don't
They
take.
They what?
Since it's a cantrip, it doesn't take. They don't take half damage.
Okay,
So they're still around.
3 of them are still alive. 3 of them are dead.
And he's gonna like pick up the John Wick one and just be like, "I don't want to kill you all, but stop attacking me, or I'm going to." And then send it back.
It's their turn now.
Mhm.
They still attack because they are hungry and you've been killing their brethren.
Okay.
So John Wick attacks with a 14.
Nope.
John Wick number 2 attacks with a 14, and John Wick number 3 attacks with a 15.
Nope, none of them hit.
All right, they're all trying to swipe at your ankles.
Do they have is there like a tiny twig blight dog?
No.
Okay. I see why they're angry then.
It is your
So-
turn again.
Yeah, man, I don't wanna Alright. I'm going to cast Create Bonfire at my feet.
Oh, we're gonna take fire damage too, just to warn you.
Yeah. It's a dex save.
Okay. And also, these are supposed to be small creatures, not tiny, but I made them tiny just to say fuck you and let them swarm you.
Oh no, that's totally fine.
Okay, so dex save.
Yep.
John Wick rolls another natural 20!
It does a fucking triple backflip.
Yeah! John Wick is safe.
Okay.
John Wick number 2 rolled a 9.
Okay, that's not enough.
John Wick number 3 rolls a 3.
Yeah, those two get incinerated.
So,
I made the dex save as well.
okay, roll the damage.
John Wick is literally the sole survivor in this goddamn thing. What the actual fuck?
So this is actually 2d8. Yeah, 7 damage.
Alright, John Wick number 2 and 3 both die.
I'm literally going to like bend down and like eyeball to eyeball with this little twig thing and be like, bend the knee.
So you're getting face to face with it?
Yeah.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
It swipes at your face.
Of course it does.
No, he only rolled a 10.
And
Need to
That makes that
remind
face
you,
too.
you are currently standing in fire as you're doing this.
yeah, I'll just spell it.
Okay, he misses, so it
Fire
is your
does not
turn.
burn the Khaleesi.
It is your turn again.
Um
This bastard has not taken any damage.
He is the chosen one.
he is the chosen one. Hold on. I am going to
The Lorax is going to be so pissed off about this fight.
hey, you know, not all nature is good. Some nature is evil. And I'm going to take I really don't want to kill it, but I don't think I have a choice here. Okay, that's not true. So I'm going to, instead of being hostile, I'm still like face to face with it. I'm gonna look at this creature. I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna cast Plant Growth.
What?
And immediately like the nature that's been taking over this place just sort of flourishes. Like the grass grows and like the flowers start blooming and the moss becomes like this bright green color. And I'm gonna say, I don't want to kill you. Please take this as a boon.
Wouldn't that make the plant grow?
I mean, does it?
Because I'm just picturing it go from like tiny to being the size of like.
Because he does
God,
count
please
as a
tell me
plant.
It's like casting enlarge.
Well, it says all normal plants. And I don't think this would count as a
Please.
normal plant, but that's up to the DM, honestly.
Please make this cast enlarge on the fucker. That would just make my day.
Because
We're
at this
like,
point,
what the hell is an Annie mat swatting at? And then it just goes.
Save up marshmallow.
Okay, so I would say with the roll I made, it does enlarge the twig blight. I'm going to roll a percentile to see just how large this fucker gets.
Yay!
no whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Full size, full size.
15. He grows to the size of Tahiri.
Oh my god!
And with that, I will increase his damage dice.
But
As
what
he
about
is
the
still
stuff?
angry at you.
Fury? There's no
And
way.
as he's still angry at you and goes to attack again.
Tahiri laying in the middle of the street, can I see this?
The walls of this ruin have crumpled. You guys are all witnessing this.
My internet cut out. We are witnessing it.
Yeah, there's no walls in this ruin. You guys can see. You guys have been watching this go down and have done nothing.
At this point, Ren is just
This
on the floor
I'm
laughing.
really weird. Oh, new friend.
Alright, the twig blight is
I would love.
John Wick is gonna try and attack you again, Anodyne. But since
I'm skipping over.
he now has a +6 to hit.
Oh god.
All I can hear with the other thing is loud, large enough to be heard.
He rolls a natural 1. He still fucking misses.
All I'm hearing with this thing is the fucking like wild kid from the Thornberries. Yeah, I can do me.
Donnie.
Fucking Donnie, you have summoned plants.
Anodyne,
Donnie.
it is your turn again.
Just so Anodyne knows, you can hear Ren go, "You're doing great, Annie."
You're also muted, Annie.
I appreciate you telling me that because I'm sitting here like, fucking Christ. I want to pick up the twig blight and throw it. Like a javelin.
Talos gonna critique your
Roll
throwing skills.
me.
Into the house.
We're gonna do contesting strength.
Okay.
No, he rolls a 4.
I rolled a natural fucking 20 for once. Here, did you have...
As you yeet him, you throw him 15 feet back towards the other cottage. Roll me your unarmed strike damage. Doubled.
So unarmed strike is okay. Oh, it's just 3. And then double will be 6.
Okay. He shatters and dies as he makes impact with the wall of the cottage.
Okay. No, I can't.
All of the twig blights are now dead.
Okay. And it's just kind of like huffing and like he's got like little scratches on his clothes and it's just like
Annie, are you okay?
Sylvanas!
Are you okay, Annie?
You guys all make your way over to the cottage ruins to check on Anodyne.
Tell me, Annie, are you okay?
I will kill all of the twig blights.
The sound of your crescendo is, noticed.
I was just trying to be nice, and these little bastards attacked me. And then one of them tried to slice my ankle, and the next thing I knew, they were burning and getting crushed by rocks. Ugh.
As the three of you approach the ruined cottages, make me perception checks.
Also, it's difficult terrain because of the plant growth.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume that Ren is too busy still laughing in near tears from all this because I just rolled a nat 1.
Okay.
Like, after Talos said, Annie, are you okay? He just went into full, like, nope, can't do it anymore. I'm gone.
And it's it's 100-foot radius for me is where the plant growth happened. So, like, pretty much the whole this side of this town.
Mm-hmm.
I just watched Annie yeet, who I thought would be a new friend, into a wall and kill him, and I'm frozen in because I rolled a 4.
God. Talos.
Like, you do hear that little high pitch from her throat.
Talos, what did
She's just frozen.
Talos, what did you get on perception?
Perception. I got a 15.
Thank fucking God. Okay. As Ren is making fun of Anodyne and Tahiri is mourning the loss of John Wick, Talos, you're looking around at this all this new plant growth that is growing out of the ground around y'all, but you manage to notice an old chest among some of the roots of the trees growing in one of the houses.
Oh, thank goodness.
Huh.
Barely concealed by the new plant growth around it.
I'm gonna go take a look.
All right,
I
you go to
think
take
I'm
a look at
set.
the chest.
Yes.
Do you open the chest?
Slowly.
You slowly open the chest, and
It has teeth.
you find that it contains coins. You find 700 copper pieces, 160 silver pieces, and 90 gold pieces. Somebody please make note of that, because I'm not going to be able to.
I can't in my current setup.
Okay.
So I'm going to depend
Oh,
on somebody else. this
I
time.
can begin my brand new Dungeons and Dragons little journal I bought from your local Spirit Halloween. Okay, so
This episode not brought to you by Spirit Halloween.
look, this entire month I am personally sponsored. No, I'm not. I am sponsored in the fact that I have a job at Spirit Halloween. I literally just had a penny.
What was it? Okay.
Where did you fucking go, you piece of shit? Going to set something on fire. I lost my pen. Favorite pen. There it is. There. No fire needed. Pen recovered. So
Yeah, it's not here,
1,000 copper. Yes?
700 copper.
700 copper, 160 silver, 90 gold.
Okay.
Thankfully, it's not ingots. That'd be so heavy.
Okay.
But thank you, Andine, for that. I haven't laughed and cried like that since I was a little girl.
I'm
Shall
sorry.
Continue.
Austin Powers joke.
And he's gonna like shoot a look at Tahiri, like
100 and what silver? Sorry.
just
60.
like,
I'm holding a small funeral for John Wick.
Yeah. Anodyne just gives you that look like, don't fuck with me.
My pen doesn't work. I cheated for the time being. So that Sarah can add it to her notes later.
I have it written down. It's all good.
Are we done? Okay, cool.
Holy shit, y'all. Okay.
Tree fight.
What would y'all like to do now? We got half an hour left.
Would you guys care to assist me in looking through the rest of these buildings?
I don't know. You seem to be provoking the locals. I don't want to be like associated with some violent child murderer. Wait, do those count as kids, Anodyne?
Anodyne's just gonna like point at the dead twig blade and just be like, let's go.
Yeah, Hell's sticking a little closer to Anodyne this time, because apparently we can't leave him unattended. We thought it was Chihiri we couldn't leave unattended. Apparently it's also Anodyne.
Anodyne starts fights. Tahiri just blows up ceilings.
Didn't start the. When nature attacks.
Damn, nature, you scary.
Not scary so much as obnoxious. So yeah, whatever the next building is, and I'm just gonna keep checking out each one until he finds the one that we're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm heading towards the tower.
So Tahiri is not going to continue with the group towards the next building. She's just going to keep going through town.
Yes.
Does anyone go with Tahiri? Or convince her to stay with the group?
I'll follow her because I know at this point she's not going to listen to stay. And she did probably wait for, I'm assuming, a few minutes.
You know, it's fair. She probably did.
You did say 10 minutes, and she's probably like, yeah,
Wait.
close enough.
That fight wasn't 10 minutes. Tahiri, didn't we have an agreement?
It's taking so long.
Well,
Ah.
Look, I having worked retail today, 10 minutes can literally take forever.
Ah.
you know, we're looking for a big emerald, right?
Ah.
Shiny green gem.
She flops down in the middle of the street again.
Would look good in your Laura Ashley collection.
Anodyne, if you would like, I will take her so that someone's watching her. You can continue with Talos and searching the houses.
All right. But don't go into the tower.
Fair enough. And don't start fights with the little leaf people.
I didn't start the fight.
No, but you finished it. That's not very gentlemanly.
A cleric's duty never ceases.
Come on, Tahiri, before you pass out from boredom.
Fine. She'll go with them begrudgingly.
Okay.
We split the party.
All right. All right, so we are going to follow Rin and Tahiri over to the tower. You guys are making your way through the city, trying to find your way through the winding roads that lead to the tower. You begin to approach an intersection where you see a winding path that does lead up to it. However, Ren, because you were actively looking for the herbalist shop, make me a perception check.
Perception. 5.
You do not see any buildings nearby that you think would be a herbalist shop.
Sounds about right.
All right. So you guys have the winding path leading up to the tower ahead of y'all if you want to start making your way up.
Okay.
As you guys make your way up the tower, it curves up to one side, then the other. It sort of snakes its way up the hill a little bit. You're surrounded by tall trees and brush that kind of block the sunlight out a little bit as you make your way up. It feels a little creepy as you're heading up there. And you make it to the top of this small hill. At the top of the hill stands a round tower with a cottage attached. Both are in good condition, although half the tower's roof is gone. A door leads into the cottage, and several arrow-slit windows are visible in the tower. You can't help but notice an eerie quiet in the area and a strange, acrid smell in the air. The corpses of two hideous giant spiders are sprawled near the edge of the pathway, apparently dragged there. Their bloated bodies are puckered and blistered and appear to have been mauled by a large animal.
Roberto. She just looks over at him disappointed.
Roberto, a medium-sized creature, looks
I
at you
know.
confused.
I'm aware.
Tahiri, I genuinely think that if Roberto did this, they had help. So unless Roberto's got a squad of other wolves that we don't know about, it may not have been him.
You haven't introduced me to your group of friends. She's still talking to the dog, to the wolf.
What would y'all like to do?
I'm gonna regret this instantly. I can feel it. Hold on. Ren's gonna suggest to Tahiri, do you want to go inside, or are we good just staying outside?
I like something spooky. I wouldn't mind going inside.
I was afraid you'd say that.
You guys have the tower and the cottage to choose from.
He just shoots her a look like, you're gonna pick the creepy tower, aren't you?
I'm gonna pick the creepy tower.
Didn't we say not to go in?
Yep, Ren's gonna be like, okay, here we go. He's gonna look to Roberto though and be like, do you smell anything?
Roberto gives that look of he smells something gross here. Kind of like acidic kind of smell. I would say, okay, so it's going to sound really gross for a moment. You know how stomach bile has that acidic taste?
Yeah.
Imagine it as a smell.
Oh, that's just
I don't
that.
have to.
Okay, there we go. Yep, okay. I got that.
You guys make your way into the tower?
Begrudgingly.
Okay. You guys head in. It is 40 feet tall, and you see this circling 5-foot wide staircase going all the way up to the top, where there's a room at the top.
Of course.
And you see bones and more spider corpses littering the ground below. And you hear this heavy breathing from the top, like... Who enters my tower?
It's my fucking birthday, bitch!
What?
Show
Hold on.
yourselves.
Did Tahiri say that it's my birthday, bitch, in game, or is that just Sarah?
No, Terry said it.
Just had to be sure for my mental like noting of that.
You hear the voice go, "Show yourselves," and it's coming from the top of the tower.
Oh my god. Is
Hello.
Frozen 2? Frozen 2, but she's the villain?
I would like to talk. I'd like to talk.
She's like walking in and like heading up the stairs, and if
Okay.
anyone's gonna try and stop her, and as she's doing so, she's just like, "I'd like to talk to you about our Lord and Savior, my God. I think you would make a great follower."
Ram, you
What
fired.
god
You're
do
fucking
you
fired.
speak of? As you
Jeez.
are making your way up the stairs to hear Ren, do you follow?
Ren is fucking fired right now.
Yeah, no, Ren. It takes him like maybe 10 steps for Tahiri before he's like, oh god, here we go. Just like walks up after her. Like, if I can't stop her, I might as well be like right there to move her if she gets in trouble.
You guys make your way to the top of the stairs. You head into the room, and there you see Lane. 1 second. There you see Lane in the room, surrounded by old weapons, goblets, gemstones, coins, specifically gold, a young green dragon
I'm not remotely what I guessed.
staring you both down with his nostrils flared. And with that, we're gonna cut back to Anodyne and Talos.
Yeah.
Don't you
Where-
know you never split the party?
I have a really good feeling that Ren's gonna keep an eye on Tahiri.
Anodyne and Talos, during this time that Ren and Tahiri have gone to investigate the tower, you've made your way down the road to the next building. Let me describe it to you real quick. There is this small house appears to be in better condition than the ruined and dilapidated structures nearby. The doors are reinforced with heavy iron bands, and thick shutters protect the windows.
Should we go in?
Carefully. I have to have my mace out and my shield as I sort of try and nudge the door open.
If another twig attacks me, just fucking kill it.
Talos, as you nudge the door open, you see sitting near the fireplace a cloaked figure tending to some of the smoldering embers. He turns to look to you. You see a gaunt, white-bearded human. He tilts his head at the two of you.
Hello.
Hello.
We're looking for the old alchemy place? Apothecary?
Apothecary. And he'll get up from his seat, grab his staff,
Mm-hmm.
and hobble over to the door. He cranes his neck out. Down there. And he points down the road. You see another couple of ruined buildings, one bigger ruined building. And if you crane your neck just a little bit, you see what looks like another small building behind it. Down there. Apothecary.
Thank you, kind sir. Can we give you anything for your trouble?
Tower is disturbed.
Yes, we have a disturbing party member.
Should leave.
What is in the tower?
Dragon.
Oh dear. Hold on. Did you say dragon?
Dragon. Should leave.
Are you okay here by yourself?
I'm fine.
Okay. He's going to take out some coins.
He just looks at you like he just looks at you with the look of like, what are you doing?
For helping us. Just take it. He's gonna hand him 10 electrum.
Thank you.
All right.
And
That's it.
he just hobbles back into his home.
Talos politely closes the door and then heads. Then they kind of looks at Anodyne.
As you close the door, in that time, you hear this roar come from the tower.
Oh no! Talos hauls ass to the tower.
Anodyne's right behind you.
It's gonna take y'all a little bit to get there. But if you dash, that'll cut the time in half.
Yeah.
Let's hope your party members can hold off the dragon for a bit, even by talking until y'all get there.
Hold on, I have an idea. He's going to look at Anodyne and say, "Can you cast thaumaturgy on me?"
I don't think I can cast it on another person. Let me find out.
Oh boy.
I don't know why, but when they heard the roar, I just pictured Talos imagining a chibi, Tahiri and a chibi Ren just like skipping up a ladder and provoking a dragon. Where it's like, that's not remotely
You're
what
not
happened.
wrong. He's
But
just
Talos
like,
is like,
I cannot leave these two alone for 5 fucking minutes.
At least we're not fighting with little leaf sprites.
Hold on. Should we help them, or should this be their punishment?
No, he's calling at whether or not we should do that is not in his mind right now. There's a dragon. They've appeared to have angered it, or at least woken it up, and he's going to the tower.
Whether we deserve saving is irrelevant. Talos is on damage control.
Yeah, Talos' intention is to, if he can be thaumaturgied, is to shout towards the tower in Draconic, "Please don't eat them!"
It's up to the DM, but it says your voice booms. Not.
He'll do whether he can be amplified or not. He's just like, in Draconic, "Please don't eat them!" Just like hauling ass.
Back to Ren and Tahiri.
I don't. Okay.
I have an important question.
Oh no.
Is the mostly self-educated city girl, does she have any idea what she's looking at at all?
Roll me a history check with disadvantage because you're self-taught.
I'm self-taught on everything, and the only reason I can read at all is because I have Eyes of the Runekeeper. Like, she's not educated. I was cocked on a natural 20.
You have
Hit the edge, and it was just barely not a natural 20.
You have a general knowledge of what dragons are. But dragons are just fairy tales. They don't exist. They aren't real.
There's one in the face.
And green ones don't exist. Only red ones do if they exist.
Okay.
For the record, because we both saw it at the same time, right? We both walked in.
Mm-hmm.
Ren is going to actually, like, visibly move Tahiri behind him, like, no.
Ren, you know what this fucking thing is.
Yeah, that's like, no, Tahiri, stay. Please, for the love of all gods, stay.
Look, I'm fine. I'm fine. So, like I was saying,
He tries.
This dragon lets out a roar, which is at the time this is what the rest of your party hears.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you disturb my lair?
because your tower looked really cool and we wanted to look on the town. You were very loud.
You're very small.
I get that.
Too small to be enjoyed as a meal, I'd say.
And you are very big.
He looks to you, Ren. You would make a fine entree.
You'd think that, but I have no meat on me. I'm kind of bone, you know. I would hate for you to waste the time.
At that moment, y'all hear familiar shouting of Talos and Draconic, and the dragon peers his head up out of the tower, because there is no roof. Anodyne and Talos, if you look up as you're running, you see the head of this young green dragon staring y'all down with his nostrils flared.
Hey,
And then
boo.
his head disappears back down in and looks back to Tahiri and Ren.
It looks so like
Talos as they're running.
a really cool trick.
Talos looks ahead, doesn't even look at Anodyne. He sees the head come out. He sees it go back down. He picks up more speed. That's not good. That's not good. That's bad. That's bad. That's probably the word. That's bad. Talos in panic mode.
I will say before combat starts, y'all will get there in time. However, I've got to play this out.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yes, Tahiri?
Like, it's really impressive.
Your scales are just so pretty.
Flattery will get you nowhere. Now, why are you disturbing my lair?
I mean, I just wanted to see a really cool tower, but then you started talking to us, so I thought I'd come and have a conversation. And then you were asking about my god, and he is so cool.
Your god won't save you.
Yes, he will.
And he inches his head closer to you.
It's a very big face.
Consider me, Venom Fang, your new god.
It's a very big face, and those are very large teeth.
And as he gets closer to both of you, you smell that acrid bile scent again.
Mm.
I start searching my bag for Tic Tacs.
Ren just shoots a gaze at her like, are you trying to get us killed?
Mm. At this point, Anodyne and Talos, you have reached the tower.
Reach the tower. He's gonna run head up those stairs as
Okay.
fast as he can.
Y'all are
Because
both are y'all both dashing up the stairs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
like-
Talos is running, could we hear him clomping up the stairs, I'm assuming?
We
Clank, 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 clank.
You, Tahiri, and Venom Fang all hear that metallic clanging sound of Talos heading up the stairs, and Venom Fang turns his head to the door. I see you've brought the rest of my meal. And he lurches back and breathes in deep and is waiting for everyone to appear in the room.
Ren is
As-
going to shout quickly, don't come in. Hoping that Talos and Anodyne hear him.
With that, I need everyone to roll initiative.
I have a plan, but that requires me to hope to maybe go wrong.
My god, the initiative dice hate the encounters tonight.
You not. Okay.
For the
love
record,
having-
Ren screamed that because he has no idea if Talos' metal will protect him from whatever comes out of that thing.
I love having advantage on my initiative. I love this shield so much.
My dice hate my encounters tonight because the initiatives have all been low.
I mean, we found a dragon.
He is also
I'll take
waiting
low.
for everyone to get in the room first, so that
Mhm.
does make sense. He might go lower in the initiative roll intentionally.
All right, Ren, what did you get?
10.
Anodyne.
8.
8. Tahiti.
Total.
5
God. What is your dex?
plus 3.
Okay, so you'll go before him. Talos.
20.
All right, so it's
Someone
gonna
that
go
high.
Talos, Ren, Anodyne, Tahiri, and then Venom Fang. All right, it's the top of the initiative round. Talos, you were just making it to the doorway when you hear Ren shout, "Don't come in."
Well, I'm not going to listen because I have a plan. It's like he pauses at the door. That might work. And he will open the door and immediately look directly at this thing and shout, "Down!" in Draconic using command.
Okay, how does that spell work?
Okay.
What can it affect?
You speak one minute convert to a creature you can see within range. Then swing to 60 feet. The target must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw or follow on its next turn. Follow a Wisdom saving throw of 14, or follow the command. As well as no effect. The target is undead or doesn't understand your language. I used Draconic, so because your command is directly harmful to it.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. Since it didn't specify any particular creature, what's the save I have to make?
Wisdom.
Wisdom
14.
save. He gets a +4 to wisdom. I'm gonna get a different d20. He rolled a unnatural 20.
Ooh! Then they
His nostrils flare as he looks to you, Talos, and he goes, "You don't give orders around here."
I will use the remainder of my movement to move in front of Tahiri and Ren. And I will. That was my action, movement. That's also an action. So I can't do that yet. Because that would be also advantageous, but I can't do that this turn. I'm going to, because I think probably by now my smite's probably worn off by now.
Yep.
I'm going to apply Thunderous Smite instead
Okay.
of Branding. So I will. So I get up and I get it in front of it. He like swings this out and it crackles with the thunder, and he
Yeah.
speaks to it in Draconic.
A very loud rumbling thunder sound emits from the mace.
Yeah.
As you apply your smite. Is there anything else you want to do?
He's going to speak, look at it and speak to it. Continue to speak in Draconic. There's death comes for you, oh, greedy child.
We'll see about that, Tin Man. That is the end of your turn. Up
Yes.
next is Ren.
I think that's his favorite insult to receive is Tin Man. Like, I'm gonna show you Tin Man in a minute.
Ren, you are up next. Guys, I wasn't expecting y'all to go against the dragon tonight. But Tahiri had to choose the tower. And I think
She remembered
after
it.
this combat, we are gonna end for the night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, I have no choice. Ren's got his sword out, but also he's going to look at Talos and be like, "I am so sorry, dude." Before it's a green one. Hold on. I'm going to put my hand on Tahiri's head and use the resistance cantrip.
Okay.
Because of it, target can roll a d4 and add a number rolled to one saving. Yeah, for one saving throw of your choice. It can roll the die before or after making a saving throw. Then the spell ends.
Okay.
And I just look at Tahiri and be like, I swear this is somehow your fault.
All right, so here, so you have resistance cast on you. The next time you have to make a saving throw, you can roll a d4, and add it to the roll.
Wait, did you say that to Anodyne?
No, to Tahiri.
Oh.
Anodyne
is coming for you. You weren't supposed to go in the building.
And you weren't supposed to fight leap sprites, but here we are.
One of those was.
After that, he's going to.
I have no rebuttal here.
Screw it. He's gonna do action surge, and then I can't. I'm already regretting it. Gonna go for the dragon.
All right, so you run towards the dragon, and you attack.
Yep.
Roll me an attack.
For the love of God, sword, don't fail me.
You get 2 swings at level 5, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The first swing is an 11, which I guarantee failed.
Fails.
Yeah. And the second one, 19.
Hits.
Oh, thank the gods. 7 damage.
All right, you roll 7 damage. You're able to kind of slash across its face. It roars out in pain, and it turns its head to glare at you. Also, if any of the sound effects I make are creeping you out, let me know, please. I'm trying to get into dragon headspace.
I really
No, you're
want
good.
that.
Okay.
I want more if that's possible.
You're gonna regret that.
Joke's on you. I regret a lot of things. This is not that high on the list.
Anything else you'd like to do in your turn?
Right? No, that's really it.
All right. Next is Anodyne.
Tahiri?
Yeah.
I want you to come down the stairs with me. Please.
There's a guy pretending to be a big dragon thingy. We know those aren't real.
Can I persuade?
Roll a persuasion check on Tahiri.
God damn it.
Against my insight.
Yeah.
7.
There's too many tabs on this freaking thing. 12.
All right. You are not persuaded.
Okay.
I know they're not real.
Is there a door or is it just the door frame?
It's a door. And it's open because Talos let himself in.
Okay. I'm going to mutter under my breath, God fucking damn it, Tahiri, and cast Shield of Faith on Tahiri, which gives you a +2 bonus to your AC while I can concentrate. And then I'm going to fucking book it the other direction 30 feet.
Back down the stairs.
Yep.
Okay. You cast a shield of faith on Tahiri,
Mhm.
and you head back down the stairs. You're just out of attack of opportunity range because he has a 10-foot reach for bite.
Yeah. Anodyne walked in and was like, "There's a fucking dragon in here." Tahiri, come on.
Mhm.
No? Okay.
All
Fuck.
right.
See you later.
Nice knowing you.
Up next is Tahiri.
Well, I was just gonna talk to it and try to convince it to worship the great and mighty Gritty, but my friend Ren just tried to hit it a couple times, and now it looks a little angry. So I'm like, okay, this shit's happening. I'm gonna, understanding nothing about dragons and not thinking it's real, Eldritch Blast it twice.
Roll me an attack.
That is a. I'm right. Am I right? Wrong way again. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits.
And a 10. Sorry.
10 does not hit.
14.
Huh?
14. I was wrong.
14 does not hit, so only
14,
one of the.
I was wrong.
So you got a dirty 20 and a 14? Alright, only the dirty 20 hits.
4 whole points of damage. I'm like, wow, that's a really sturdy construction you have there. You did lots of work in that.
Yeah, so the Eldritch Blast goes and hits it right on the nose and explodes in orange glittery gloriousness. And it is singed part of his nose. And he just goes...
Do I believe this is real yet?
You believe it's real now.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sarah would rather not have to write up a new character.
Yeah. And you might have to. He glances and watches as Anodyne leaves. And just sees that it's the three of you left. Don't mind me pulling up y'all's character sheets real quick to see what your hit points are at. Hold on, give me just a moment.
In my howdy, I'm a metal band.
38.
38?
For
Okay, okay. I'm just pulling everyone's up real quick.
Eve, I'm at 49.
49. And Ren?
It didn't come through. I don't know if you're muted.
42.
42. Okay,
I'm the answer to life, everything in the universe.
let's just finish this. And he inhales. And lets out a cone of poisonous gas that you are all caught in. I need everyone to make a con save.
With the D4, right?
And you can add the D4 to this, yes.
Not me too.
No, Anodyne, you are safe. You have already left the room and are heading down the stairs. But you hear that inhale. And then the... And you smell that acidic odor. As you can only assume it just used its breath weapon on your party.
Thank you, Ren.
Yeah.
So. Oh, actually, Oh, yeah, I did have it. Yeah, okay.
Ren,
That's
what did you get?
Natural 20 with a +5 to 25, baby.
Alright, so you succeed. Tahiri.
16.
16. You succeed. Talos.
22, and I am resistant to poison.
Okay, so you're gonna take half of this half.
Yeah.
So it is 12d6 poison damage. Halved. I decided to go with rolling because the base damage was 42. That would have downed two of you immediately if you failed.
Yeah, that would have killed us.
Yep. It would have almost killed.
5, 10, 16, 20, 26, 30, 36, 40, 46, 48, 50, 51,
Oh no.
divided by 2.
26.
So yeah, 26 poison damage to Ren and Tahiri, and then 13 poison damage to Talos. As the room fills with this toxic gas, toxic, poisonous, putrid smell. As you guys inhale Tahiri and Ren, your lungs feel on fire, and you're coughing, and phlegm is coming up. You're on the verge of throwing up your breakfast. Talos, you can't smell. You can't taste. But you feel this acidic gas starting to burn and melt at the metal plates that make up your warforged body.
Oh yeah. At that, Dallas's eyes. Hold on. Visual aid. Because I have the fancy button. Talos' eyes. He just goes. He's a breath weapon. He like held up a shield, and like he just looks up from his shield, and his eyes are burning red.
Oh no.
Dun dun dun.
Uh-oh, we just lost an anodyne.
I mean,
Oh no.
This
And he
is
does
fine. This is fine.
The healer is gone.
Yeah, y'all's only healer is gone.
the internet has crashed.
Technically, I am, but I can only do so much.
Yeah. So yeah, we're back at the top of the round with Talos.
Talos angry.
Yeah, you look to see your friends. They are coughing their lungs up and almost like clutching their throats, trying to breathe. And while you don't need to breathe, you feel the burning sensation coursing over your warforged body. It's a familiar sensation back when you had your own flesh and blood body. Before you were turned into what you were.
I imagine original Talos probably fought a dragon. He's like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, that phantom pain from back in your first life, it's hitting you, and you are angry. What would you like to do?
Really good visual aid.
Talos brought slides.
What should we do, Whackers Bonkers?
Kill him!
Kill him. Woo! You naughty Whackers Bonkers.
Yeah, Anodyne's internet crashed, but he is not in combat, so his turn will be skipped this round. He's back.
Oh, what? Oh.
All right, there he is. Yay, we don't have to skip over the cleric that ran away.
Yeah. Tactical retreat.
Tactical retreat. Your party
Look, a
almost
tactical
died.
retreat. No one's gonna fault him for. Like, oh.
Listen. If Tahiri and Rin had failed, they would have both fallen.
Yeah. Okay, so
y'all are later in the campaign. It's getting more dangerous.
it is.
And I haven't even changed the stats on this fucker.
Yeah, I'm going to Whackus the 2 times.
Okay, Whackus Bonkus, Venom Fang.
Whackus Bonkus 1.
What did you get? What did you get?
I got a natural 20.
Alright, so that's gonna be a critical hit. What's your second Whackus Bonkus?
Second Whackus Bonkus. 15 plus 8, because I missed my mace. That's 23.
Okay, both of them hit.
Huzzah!
Alright, so roll your first damage, double the dice.
And on that first, on that first
On that first attack, all your dice are doubled.
Yes, and I will also be divine smiting here.
So all of your dice on that first attack are doubled. The next attack is regular dice.
Yes. Okay. I need to knock off this spell slot. So I'll be using the second spell, so at 3d8. Okay, grabbing those. Let's first do the physical damage. So that's nice. That's it's almost at 11 Uncas. Why can I never find a fucking D8 when I need to? They're always the bottom line.
Just give me the total damage when you're done. You are muted if you are talking.
Sorry, I poured my Dyson back into the skull so I could pick up, so I could easily pick up my D8. Okay, there's that. Oh, la madonna, and that's 2. Or okay, grand total for Wackus 1 is 46.
All right. Roll Wackus 2.
Wackus 2, that's just one of these for that. Ooh, very nice. Maxus Bonkus 13. Yes, 23 on the second whack.
All right. You go and you let out your pent-up rage on Venom Fang. You whack him the first time. He lets out a roar in pain as both not only the thunderous smite of your first spell you cast on your weapon, as well as the divine smite, just crackles through the atmosphere. And then you go to smack him again, and he lets out another roar in pain. And he turns to look at you.
And
what are you gonna do?
It's like using my bonus action, he like raises his hand like cloaked in shadow as he summons his spiritual weapon behind him. And then the great scythe takes a swing as he's like, "Well, you motherfucker!" Takes a swing in the back of him.
Roll to attack.
Talos is really unhappy. That is 21.
Hits.
1d8.
How the fuck are you the only one hitting this dragon?
I hit for 7.
Hey.
Look, okay. My mace has a +8 to it, and my spiritual weapon has a +6. Okay. That's going to be. That's force, I think.
Damn it! This combat went by faster than I expected. It has a hit point limit.
I'm just picturing Tahiri.
That's 11 force damage. Yeah, I think it's
force damage when it comes to a spiritual weapon.
Yeah, and that's 11
All right.
force damage.
It lets out another roar in pain as the mystical scythe comes down and slashes at its wings. And then the room rumbles a bit as it furls out its wings and flaps loudly. This isn't over. As he begins to flap his wings, rise up, and start to fly away. Talos, you get 1 attack of opportunity.
Yes.
The timing of that do was perfect.
That's the sentinel thing. That's the sentinel trigger.
Because if you brought him down to a certain level of hit points, he retreats.
Oh, okay. One more whackus to the bonkus.
Because I think he appears in another campaign, so we can't kill him yet.
Yeah, but I'm gonna smack him on the ass as he leaves.
Okay.
24 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. That is that. Add 12 plus 23 total on this on the.
Jesus Christ.
Just as he leaves, it like he's just.
Yeah, he lets out a horrible cry in pain. He's still flying, but holy shit, you brought him really low in his hit points. But he starts to fly away.
Yeah.
Up next is Ren. Ren, what would you like to do? The dragon is retreating.
Yeah, Talos was telling me like, after that smack on the ass, I don't think he's coming back.
Between the coughing and all that, Ren's gonna just be like, great.
Yep.
I'm okay with that. Like, he's using his sword to remain up on his feet because he's just like hacking up a lung. Totally okay with him retreating.
All right. Anodyne, you were still heading down the stairs when you heard the rumble and you smelt the acid. And at this point, you assume your party's just dead. And then you hear the thunderous crack of the familiar fighting style of Talos. And you hear the roar of the dragon. You hear him cry out in pain and yell, "This isn't over yet." And you hear that familiar flap of wings as starts to get further and further away. And you can only assume that the dragon has fled. What would you like to do?
I'll run back up.
All right, you run back up the stairs. The scene before you, the gas is finally clearing out. You see Talos looking up through the broken ceiling as the dragon is flying away. There's still a kind of thunderous radiance around the mace that he carries. Tahiri and Ren are nearby, coughing their lungs up as the gas is finally dissipating and they're able to breathe again, but they look awful. And Talos actually looks like he has some acid damage to his armor.
Oh, jeez.
You are the only one undamaged.
Well, I mean, except from the Grindylows.
Yeah, you have paper cuts compared to the acid damage that your party has.
The bow truckles. Yeah, I can't. I've moved my full speed. So,
yes.
What I will do is I'll like whisper over to Tahiri. Tahiri, you wanna come now?
You're muted.
Is it my turn then?
No, you. It's like Tahiri delirious from the poison. Is it my turn again?
Well, no, I mean like because my turn is right after Annie's, right?
Yeah, I mean I can't do anything else except for like my free action to talk. So.
Okay, because like her response is what her action is. Is there a way that I can like see? How tall is this tower?
You're 40 feet up in the air.
Can I see down the stairs and all, or no?
You glance to the doorway and Anodyne is standing there.
Hello. Annie.
Yeah, she's just gonna like look to him and then just go, "I'm sorry."
I regret my decisions.
It's all right. It's not your fault. It's Ren's fault. I told you specifically not to let her go in the building.
With that, that's the end of Tahiri's turn. It would be Venom Fang's turn, but he has retreated and has flown away. We are now out of combat. And with that, with how late it is now, this is where we're going to stop for the night. But you guys glance around, finally able to breathe fresh air again. And while it was an almost very deadly fight, Dragon has retreated. And you look around the room and you just see a scattering of treasure around you all.
Treasure.
And we will dive into what that treasure is next week.
I think like the direct post combat actions of Talos will be probably whichever one of them is probably Tahiri. He will use up 5 of his he'll pop 5 of his
Let's do this next week.
yeah, sorry.
All right. Because it's past midnight already.
It's past your bedtime.
All right. So don't make any edits to hit points or anything until next week. That's what we will start off on if anybody's wanting to get some healing done. And then we'll go through treasure and then whatever you want to do in the town.
Sounds good.
Anodyne and Talos now know where the herbalist shop is. Thanks to the mysterious man in the cottage that you never got his name.
No, but he's also like he's probably I imagine the old man has that look is like has his head sticking out of his window like what the fuck? So much of the dragon like looking hurt and like flying
he's watching with a cup of tea
fuck?
from his window. Like what the fuck is
What?
going on? Alright,
So-
we will pick up with that next week.
Fuckery, dude.
Thank you all who joined us tonight to watch. This has been Lost Mind of Phandelver. I've been the Dungeon Mistress, and these have been my lovely players. We will be back next Sunday for episode 21, where we deal with the aftermath of the surprise green dragon fight. Y'all have a great rest of your evening. Be sure to tune in to Secrets of Pandora tomorrow, here on Turn to Page 394, and we will see you all then. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Bye-bye!
Bye.